Hey there. We're going to get some divine messages. So if you could please take a deep breath in. We're going to ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and guides into our space to provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We are surrounded in divine white light, and so it is, and so it will be. All right, so we're going to use a clarifier deck as well as some tarot. So let's see what we got here. Okay. Ooh, Ace of Wands. Maybe taking initiative towards something. What's this message about for our channel, please? Two of Wands. All right, so there could be something that you're heavily thinking about, okay? I feel like you could be in like a visioning or planning state. You could be spending a lot of time cultivating like what's next for you. And I'm getting like there could be a decision where you're contemplating something that may require you to go in a different direction. Maybe leave something behind, or maybe you have. So you could be in this like in-between energy. Okay, what do we have here? The Sun card. That's beautiful. And we have a Two of Swords. Okay, Two of Swords in reverse. Do we want to keep this in reverse? We do. Sun card in the upright. Okay, Two of Wands, Sun, and the Two of Swords. I feel like if there was any kind of lack of direction or clarity or insight, I feel like you've gained that now. You have a really strong connection. So this is like you could represent like someone who's heavily tied to the cosmos. I'm seeing a lot of like macrocosm energy with the world and the sun, and then being on the ground and feeling this need to connect and to be one with, like unity consciousness energy is what I'm getting. And so it's kind of like, okay, it's time to go on that path. So some of you might feel very strongly about, I'm embarking on something new. I mean, I'm gonna have to stand up and speak my truth. There is something here that's becoming clear. Exposure even. This is also like responding to the call or answering the call too. This is like you putting that energy out as well. It's like an as above, so below even. If you're seeing the gong as a representation of the sun. Interesting. And how it's all connected. I'm seeing like the energy of the sun like swirl around the gong. So that's pretty fascinating. Huh. Very strong, beautiful, positive energy. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something that's meant to be created. Seed planted, cultivated, nurtured, harvested. The sunflower is really strong here. And I'm getting like the sunflower has so many seeds. So you plant one and it almost like continues to grow thereafter is what I'm getting. So something has longevity. Okay, it has a lot of potential. I feel like there's a lot that's part of this. So like the integration, the 5 points. There is a need to kind of maybe, like there's things that are going to be difficult for you to leave behind. It could be people who you really care about. It could be your family or where you've lived, where you've worked, ways of thinking, feeling, and existing. You're being called to kind of like follow spirit, follow the call of your soul. Okay, I feel like you're being divinely led. So it's like follow the light, okay? You will get the clarity that you need. There is something new, okay, that will require you to invest your time and energy into. There's a lot of potential with this. Okay, Queen of Swords. So this is, you know, being logical, doing your research, listening to your intuition, making decisive decisions and taking actions and being your authentic self. I'm getting like with this gong and with this drum, I'm getting that there's this energy that like you're meant to kind of like call people. Like it's almost like calling the quarters or calling the circle, or there's some sort of command that you have. There's some sort of authority and command that you have. Hierophant. Yeah. There's something that is tied to your existence here, your ability to share wisdom, your ability to speak deeply and openly about like the laws, the tradition, whatever tradition that is in your culture. I feel like you're having a bit of a presence here. Your presence is well felt. You may have a strong connection to nature, like the animal species. Interesting. Five of Cups. Yeah, there could be like the heavy influences of a situation even. Look at Five of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you may have been speaking truth about what truly happened in the situation and all the influences. I feel like it was some sort of like coming against or opposing someone's abilities in some way or beliefs. I'm getting there was like you having to stand up and speak your truth about your beliefs and your abilities. I feel like you might have been like rejected or outed or outcasted as a result of this. There's a bit of like wanting you to be in despair, wanting you to kind of like pawn over those that, you know, aren't willing to fill your cup with them. They just want to fill their own cup. So these are like empty promises here. There's some sort of transition from the empty promises. I feel like your wisdom, your knowledge is greater than whatever these empty promises were. I feel like you listened to like your soul's calling versus what maybe people were pretending or selling. Okay, I feel like there might have been, you know, a need to kind of move drastically in another direction, something that requires like determination here. Your determination and commitment is required. It's like not drowning in the sorrows here and overcoming and persevering because there's something far better for you than what meets maybe what these false promises were. I feel like there's something true here. There's availability here. There's like vulnerability here. There's a choice. There's also divine guidance here when it comes to how we show up in our relationships. I have a Four of Cups. Is this in the upright? This is in the reverse. Okay. I kind of flipped it back over on accident. All right. So we have a Four of Cups in reverse though. So I'm feeling like the wait is soon over. Okay. The wait is soon over. I feel like somebody may feel like they're having a hard time processing things. Maybe they're in a bit of like not able to move on from past experiences and are being haunted. Mental anxiety here. Anguish. Like repeating of patterns. There's this karmic dynamic here as well. Maybe that's what this Five of Cups is talking about, is that, you know, maybe somebody thought that they could come back around and are finding that that's not a possibility. What is this, Lovers? Six of Pentacles. Yeah, there's this like sharing what somebody has, but doing it in a very calculating, like emotional, manipulative way. I feel like somebody was giving to multiples behind someone's back. And I'm getting that, you know, this was a karmic partner, or this is what's returning back. Like something what once was is returning to someone else. It's like this flipping. Interesting. I feel like now they're in their head about the experiences. I feel like they're reminiscing about all the times maybe that they didn't do right by you. I feel like they're being reminded, haunted, okay? I feel like you don't want to return from the past. I feel like they're in their feelings here. They're maybe wanting to kind of like rush towards you, but I'm getting like you've persevered and overcome what they set your way. Okay, I feel like they were not open, they were not honest. I feel like there were multiple people at play here. So I'm getting like this person had many pieces, okay? So many sources, many plans, many con jobs I'm getting. So I feel like the person who you thought they were, that wasn't who they were. I feel like they don't even know who they are. I feel like what someone, you know, with them, you know, being in this energy of manipulating and controlling, I'm getting like that's happening to them now. Like they're the one that is being manipulated. I'm getting like there could be some substances happening here with the Page of Cups. They could be in their emotions. It could be feeling a bit overwhelmed with the Page of Cups. Yeah, there's this moving on to, you know, feed the soul. Someone's choosing to feed their soul. Someone's choosing themselves. Okay, someone could be holding on for fear of losing something. Maybe they're being called to make a decision. Are you staying somewhere for the sake of refusing change? Are you growing where you're at? Maybe that's the point. They don't want to grow. So someone's maybe resisting change here. Okay, Hanged Man. I feel like something's being sacrificed. Or someone tried to sacrifice somebody. Hanged Man. I feel like surrendering to the process, maybe. Being patient. There's hidden secrets here. We have an Emperor here and the High Priestess. Maybe somebody paid money to kind of sacrifice a High Priestess. Maybe they paid someone of high spiritual authority or position here. What is this? Can you get me more information on the Emperor and the High Priestess, please? Three of Wands. Oh, so there's some sort of plan. Okay, there's something that is coming together. All right, maybe not all the details are put together, but I feel like there's some sort of adventure here. King of Cups and the Emperor. Okay. This new energy, shite. 13 on the timer. So I'm getting like, here's an opportunity to grow something, or you've created something, okay? Something that was deeply rooted, okay? Something that took some blood, sweat, and tears, all right? I'm getting like there's an Emperor, King of Cups energy, High Priestess, and a Three of Wands. So there's something coming together here, all right? And I feel like, you know, it could be hidden or unknown at this time, but I feel like you intuitively know something's playing out. And so you're kind of sitting back waiting for things to be birthed, okay? Because this is like new energy over here. Two of Cups to confirm that this is somebody new, all right? You're closing an old chapter and starting a new one. All right, let's get a couple more cards here. Interesting, the Strength card. Okay, and the Magician. Bottom of the deck. So Queen of Swords. There's something that was like overcome. It's like taming the inner beast, okay? Being able to tame the inner beast here. Strength. Confidence, needing confidence and courage to do what you came here to do. Nine of Pentacles. Being stable, grounded, grateful, one with spirit. Like, look at all that beautiful spirit energy surrounded around her. Beautiful. Absolutely. This is you being like in nature, everything you've created, you did, you know, independently. So you're being seen as someone who's very strong and independent and resourceful and able to create, you know, if you need something, you know how to get it. Look at Page of Pentacles. Lots of pentacles. All right, so this again is such a beautiful energy. So this could be like you practicing your magic. This is like you creating something and having great ideas and having them come to fruition and executing them and them flourishing. This is 10 of Pentacles here. So I'm getting like whatever this page energy is, it's from here. It's for this Ace of Pentacles, the Emperor, the High Priestess, the Three of Wands, and the King of Cups. So this is going to add to your life, right? The energy coming towards you is to add to it, not take from it. So whatever project this is, or creative endeavor, or new work situation, career-wise, I feel like it's a level up. Okay, it's to take you from where you are, that you've done so great on your own, to the next level. Okay, 9 of Wands. Yeah, you know, maybe there's a need to kind of like realize where you've gotten yourself to, and it's okay to ask for assistance or a rest, or because this is like heavy energy here. Chariot and the 9 of Wands. Like, this is like you're exhausted, you're tired. Like, this mission, this work, it's been trying. Okay, I feel like everything's starting to make sense, and you're connecting all the dots. Okay, like all of those experiences and lessons, they weren't for nothing. Okay, they were to ignite the fire within you and light you up, get you activated. You're activated. Okay, I'm talking to someone who's activated. Okay, I feel like the karmic energy here is blocked because they have been doing things and abusing their power here. All right, so there's some sort of magician energy blocking the lovers. So that would be the past energy that you were dealing with. 6 of Wands. I feel like you have victory and success. You're not looking back, you're only looking forward. Okay, I'm getting the magic that they've created is returning back, and you are protected. Okay, we have a Temperance card and the 6 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like, you know, balance is being restored here. Okay, someone is being haunted because they now realize who you are, and they're understanding now that they had a calling on their life too, and they may feel like time's running out for them. So there's this like pulling, this gnawing, this constant thinking and reminiscing about things. So they could be focused on you, or they could be focused on what they're being called to be focused on regarding their path and their journey. Okay, they're the only ones that can sabotage themselves, and I feel like there might have been a bit of that. 6 of Wands says like you've moved on with your life. They may be trying to hold on to you still. I feel like this is the same energy, like they're still emotionally manipulating, right? I feel like there's this watching you go, not wanting you to leave. There's this like clinging energy. Look at okay, I feel like you're choosing peace over dealing with this situation or hearing what this person has to say. I feel like, look, they're operating from a place of fear, and there are things that are unseen or unknown, and I feel like this person doesn't have any intentions of being honest or truthful. I feel like they're very focused on saying what they need to say so that they can get what they want to get. Okay, and I feel like this is their MO. Okay, I feel like everything is a transaction to them. I feel like you intuitively know what you need to know. All right, anything else regarding that moon? Okay, I feel like they're being exposed too with the moon. There's also a bit of like not letting your fears hold you back, okay? Especially if those fears don't belong to you and they're others, they belong to others, okay? Tower is here. What's this tower? 2010 I just saw on the timer. 2010. Holy shit. Empress. There you have it. Okay. Empress energy does a double flip. Still lands upright. All right. This is like a divine birthright situation. King of Pentacles. I feel like the support, the security, the financial independence, the ability to chart your own course. You know, you're the captain of your own ship. There very well could be someone coming in who would like to lead so that you may continue to create. So this could be a partner here. Okay, of an Eight of Pentacles. They could work very hard, or they observe you doing a lot of work. Maybe they admire what you create, your art, your music, your hobby, your creations, your writings, whatever those are. Maybe it's your physical work. Maybe there's someone who watches you from afar is what I'm getting. But I feel like whatever you've been creating independently, it's starting to pay off. Yeah, there could be a redirection here. What's this new direction? Something that's going to create an ending to something, and it's like a death and a rebirth here. Oh, a Queen of Cups. Wow, this is someone really being their most authentic self. Maybe sharing their abilities, their gifts, their medicine, their magic. What's this one say? Yeah, there could be some sort of teamwork that comes together. You could be seeing somebody who's an expert, or maybe you're being seen as a subject matter expert on something. There's some sort of expertise. I feel like there's a Queen and King of Cups here too. All right, so I feel like this is kind of like that empathic power couple here. What's this? Oh, Page of Cups. Okay, Page of Cups. This is Page of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. There's new creations here. There's, you know, building something from the foundation up. And there's this like support. There's this beautiful sparkly support. All right, it's like helping others to kind of grow and develop. So I feel like whatever you're doing is for the highest and greatest good. Maybe you're planting new seeds. I feel like you have learned how to cultivate and manifest. This is like something that you've dreamed about is manifesting. Okay, so you're like a master manifester, master creator, like creatrix, creator energy. Okay, Two of Cups energy. I feel like there's somebody who may want to create as well. There's this energy of like, oh, like I also do this, or hey, let me show you how to do this. Interesting. I feel like there's divine love. There's this like having enough, right? It's like there's more than enough for everybody, right? Like we don't need to gatekeep it, right? Like everybody has their uniqueness, and celebrating their uniqueness. I feel like someone is going to recognize and celebrate your uniqueness. I feel like you may have been doing quite a bit alone. Maybe it's risky out on these streets. I feel like, you know, sometimes the belief systems, you know, there's challenges with this. Okay? Hierophant. You may have been like scrutinized or attacked for the sake of like your belief system and it being different than somebody else, or your light being different, right? Or your purpose being different, and you choosing the high road and moving on instead of staying somewhere where you're not wanted and maybe there is a bit of, you know, feeling unworthy and not enough. But I'm getting like that's in the reverse now. Yeah, 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups energy. I feel like that's what you've overcome. You're like, I love myself enough to not be with someone who doesn't love themselves or me. And I close the chapter of it. So I feel like if somebody wants to give to other people, if you let them, you're like, here, like, you let them. What else do we have here? What else could share some light? Holding on and not letting go. What else? We have a family. Feeling safe and starting a new family. If some of you are looking to do that, creating something new, having a strong foundation. This could be you with your kids, your family, or with a partner. There's somebody who has a lot of regrets. Okay? They're feeling distant and ashamed. Okay, there's energy of, you know, having to cover up maybe what they're feeling and where and who they want to be in life. Maybe they're not able to do this openly, and so there's been a lot regarding their lifestyle here that may have been a catalyst for this. Okay, so we have, there's someone who's not facing the truth. I feel like they're refusing to give in. There's secrets being held here, and there's somebody on the down low here, and they're not being honest. There is someone who's been sneaky, and they've been creating fake profiles, hiding themselves, plotting, planning, scheming, and this is being done on social media. There is or was a commitment of marriage, long-term happiness, and sharing goals. So this could be maybe what you had with this energy, but, you know, maybe behind the scenes they were doing something else. Or this could be what you're calling into your reality now, what you're manifesting. There's a commitment here. There's an energy that feels confused, lost, empty, wanting to run away. So someone could be wanting to run away from a commitment that they're in. They're very confused about themselves and what they want in relationships. Okay, I feel like there's somebody holding back. They're having a hard time making any decisions, procrastinating at this time, a bit indecisive. They may want to come towards you. So make it fit if it doesn't fit. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's someone wanting to hear your voice, maybe expressing some sort of truth. Maybe they want you to unblock them so that you can talk. I feel like maybe someone sees a lot of signs and synchronicities. And so maybe there's even telepathic communication, or there's a lot of dreams. Okay, divine feminine at the bottom of the deck. You're being called to be a leader. Okay, stand in your truth, your strong intuition and empathic abilities, and you're a healer to others. Okay, you see the signs. You pay attention to the signs. This also could have been a soul spiritual contract. I feel like somebody gambled and took a risk. There was partner to partner action here. I feel like player energy. They could have done this using substances or addictions, or they were feeding an addiction here. Juggling each other, doing them as they're doing you. I feel like there's unsafe decisions here. So whatever someone took a risk doing, I feel like you heard it. You heard it there. I feel like things are not safe. All right. And I have water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Okay. Water signs. I feel like someone may be ashamed for taking these risks. They could be being blamed at this time for whatever unsafe decision they've made. It could have something to do with this player energy. Someone's people pleasing, someone has some hidden motives and some weird behavior, and so they might be wearing a mask, pretending to be one way, but they're really preferring another. I feel like someone's lying. Someone's been undercover. I'm getting like hiding, cloaking, even like projecting, denying, contradicting, like even hiding themselves from social media, like under false profiles. So they may like have an account on like a social media account to hook up with these people. Okay, I feel like they pretend to be something that they're not here. Putting on a front. Like someone might come across and find them on a site. There may be proof of this person having a site somewhere where they interact and do partner to partner stuff, if that is like out of their norm or if that's what they're hiding from. I don't know. I feel like there's secrets here, and I feel like, you know, they could be playing with other people's heartstrings, okay? Taking advantage of people, playing with feelings. And that's where that kind of goes wrong, you know? It's like, you know, people are being affected by a lack of truth and honesty. Someone's not facing the truth. Someone's refusing to give in and be honest. And so this is really affecting others. I have, you know, someone is very happy and feeling complete and is devoted. I have Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. I feel like someone is experiencing happiness as it relates to maybe what's going on here. Right, around fall, there could be some sort of like long-term plans or soulmate energy or a commitment coming in. Okay, it also can be around spring. Okay, we have someone is unsatisfied with their current situation. Around spring as well as like around fall, earth signs fell on that. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then I have someone who's feeling very lost, empty, wanting to run away. They're very unsatisfied in their current situation. They're not feeling like things are being reciprocated and they're losing interest. All right, someone might want to visit. I feel like there's law enforcement, there's evidence here, money exchange, there's some sort of criminal history here. So you might get a phone call if someone is arrested. They may want to call you to help, for you to help them. Doesn't have to be though. But I am getting like law enforcement, call, evidence, money being exchanged, an unexpected visit. Okay, so just, you know, protect your peace. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Around summer. Okay, tell me more about these water signs. What's going on with this? They're in heavy emotions here. Juggling connections, addictions. So someone may actually have like an attachment energy, addiction energy here. All right. Yeah, someone's very jealous. Someone's envious. Attention seeking. Pulling on someone's heartstrings. Mind games. Entrapment. Pregnancy. Mother figure. Conceiving. Okay, I feel like someone might want to gift you something or show up. Surprise you. They're thinking of you. They may want to take you out on a date. This is somebody who might be inspired by you, or there's some sort of telepathic love. They have a flame for you. I feel like there could be incoming communication for the divine feminine. Okay, so someone new is on the horizon, like a secret admirer here. Okay, I feel like someone over here in this energy, they're starting to figure out like their whole camp, right, that they coordinated and work with to come after you is turning on them. They're finding out truth about all kinds of people that they thought that they could trust. Clearly they can't. They can't trust these people. They're all turning on one another. All right, someone even tried to entrap them with a baby. Maybe you got pregnant. There's some sort of truth. Look at secrets are coming out. All right, so whatever was lied upon, whatever was done in the dark is coming to light. They're feeling judged. They're being exposed here. Someone very much could be hiding the truth. I feel like the friends know about this love triangle, the situationships, the secret hookups. Okay. Yeah, I feel like someone is furious with rage. They have a lot of overwhelming thoughts and they appear very angry, or they are very angry. All right, someone feels like their things are unfair and unjust. I feel like there could be divorce, legal issues, a court visit. Someone could be dealing with legal matters. Someone could be thinking about you and dwelling on the past. All right, somebody wants revenge. Okay. I feel like they're feeling humiliated and ashamed as a clown. Like they're wanting revenge for what? Like they screwed themselves. That's how are they going to get revenge? Revenge for what? Stupid. All they're doing is fucking up their own lives, right? Soon they will figure this out. There is some sort of twin flame energy here. So either this was a reflection for you to heal, vice versa, or this is a new energy coming in. All right, I feel like there's someone who might want to negotiate with you. I feel like the emotions are running high. What's this? Yeah, I feel like you're not negotiating anything. You're not looking to have any kind of connection with anybody in that way. I feel like someone has uncontrollable desires. And so, you know, they're still dealing with this third party or whatever their temptations are. If it's drugs, drinking, gambling, sex, you know, dopamine hits, you know, fake profiles, like whatever they're doing. I feel like they're still attached to this. And I feel like they're trying to get out of a situation that they got themselves in. You're not in this situation. In fact, you took stage left. All right, they've been playing this game. Okay, it's their game and it's game over. All right, they could be trying to see if you're, you know, what you're up to. They could be like profile creeping people and stuff. Don't respond to them. I feel like you took out the trash a long time ago. That's how you see the situation. You've let this go. They need to let it go. I feel like they're trying to hide the proof. Okay. They're trying to clean up their mess. Okay. Very good. Yeah, no contact. Remaining no contact is self-love. You owe these people nothing. Okay. You owe them nothing. Okay. Yes. You were the best thing they ever had. Okay. Exclamation point. I feel like you deserve something that chooses you every single time. Okay. And that's what's coming in, is like the real deal. Okay. So there's a new boo. All right. That's who that is with. New boo, new love, seeing somebody new. And I feel like time is not running out. I feel like it's in your own divine timing. Okay. So they may feel the pressure, but that's because things are closed out, right? The cycle's closed. Okay. Yeah, there's communication coming. Communication. Someone doesn't want to let you go. They're obsessed. You might hear about this. Okay, so remember, stay grounded, stay boundaries up, right? Again, more people, they're blocked contact for a reason, okay? There's separation, There's long distance here. There's no interaction for a reason. This person is unhealthy and unwell, and you're needing to be defensive. There's too much trauma here, and you're needing to build up some sort of protection from this energy, because they're invasive, like they're stalking you. Okay, so take precautions if you need to for your own safety and protection, because them doing this is illegal. Okay, harassing you, stalking you, slandering you, defaming your character, it's illegal. I feel like somebody's coming in that wants to let you know that like they enjoy your vibe. I feel like you may be receiving lots of cool messages through dreams, visions, things like that. This energy from the past is closed off, okay? They may need to deal with their own inner childhood wounds and may have an opportunity to figure that out, maybe through their own family dynamics, maybe their karmic relationships and contracts. I feel like you're heading in a new direction and you're not looking back, okay? Get away, okay? This energy, has a lot of unfinished and unresolved emotions that, is for them to figure out. I feel like you don't need to figure out their life. They need to figure out their life, okay? And I feel like this energy kind of like either doesn't deal with it or projects it onto other people, okay? So it's not comfortable. Wow, all right. Run away in the sunset. Furious with rage, overwhelming thoughts. Yeah, this person's hitting a brick wall here. Okay, like everything's kind of like starting to crumble around them, and they're starting to like put two and two together. Like, oh, like why is everything so shitty? Oh, gee, I don't know. Like let's take a look back. Let's do a little bit of reminiscing. What have you been up to in the past couple of years? All right. I feel like someone is being faced with some consequences here, and they don't like the consequences, okay? They didn't like the consequences. They didn't think there'd be any bounce back, fall back. They thought that they could just hide, right? Doesn't work like that. Hate to break it to you. Not work like that. I feel like staying true to yourself and choosing yourself in the situation. You might need to make some decisions that you would never thought you'd need to make. All right, so just be willing to trust yourself, okay, above and beyond. All right, and spirit, of course. All right. That's excellent. All right, you guys, I hope you have the most amazing day. I really love doing this reading. And you can book a personal at betweenbothworlds.org. And I will see you on the next reading. Take care now.